Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am doing the Hufflepuff week of my Harry Potter month. I'm planning from July 15th to 21. I'm using another Stella Beau Sticker Co kit. This is the Hufflepuff Loyal kit. And in case you guys hadn't have guessed already, this is the house that I belong to. So we've got the full boxes and some washi. Then you've got some glitter headers and your weekend banner. Now I did buy this a while ago, but it came like this and I'm not really sure. Yeah, as I've said before many times on my channel, Stella Beau Sticker Co is very hit and miss. Then you've got your little icons and script, then your icons, your flags and checklist thingamajiggies. Then you've got your half boxes, quarter boxes, build your work, your checklist boxes, your Monday through Sunday habit tracker appointment, and I've already put in the dates. I got given a little care package from Meloplans and I thought these worked perfectly. And then this is your washi, some more washi strips, and or are they headers? I don't know. And then these are your quarter boxes. I think just because of the glitter headers and maybe I'm spending too much time with Meloplans, I think I want to use glitter headers. Shock horror. I'll see how I feel, but that's what I've been thinking about. I mean, I think they're just calling to me. Stella Beau Sticker Co does have a couple of Harry Potter kits and a couple, like there was two Hufflepuff kits that I really liked. I chose this one because it was more yellow and brown rather than yellow and grey, and I'm not a grey person, so I went with this one. The wash, I guess it's hard choosing like washies, and I don't really love this is just very not to my aesthetic, the full boxes and stuff, but we'll have a play and see how it goes. I'm also bringing in these that I've made myself. This is my Bitmoji. My partner and I are seeing a comedy show on Friday night, so I thought that one might work well, either that one or the little one. And then I'll go through these as well. If I pull in any more from my collection, I will let you guys know. I try and do that best I can. I'm catching up with my mum this weekend as well, so hence why there's a few like ones where they're like cuddling each other and stuff. And I am PR for Sticker Thief, where you can use List Thief for 15% off, and Wednesday Planning, where you can use List 15 for 15% off, and Jessica Cate Planning, where you can use List 15 for 15% off. There is also some stuff in the works. So yeah, as I said, Sticker Thief and Jessica Cate Planning. I'm waiting on Em from Wednesday Planning to give me one of these for her PRs. I understand, you know, I met her at the planner market and things were hectic, so hopefully once she comes back from America, the lucky duck, we will be able to get some Wednesday Planning stuff. I've been loving this erasable mechanical pencil. I got it for $1 from Officeworks, and this is like a 0.5 and I've got a 0.7, but yeah, I've been really enjoying using that and then rubbing it out. So guys, rather than doing a traditional voiceover where I talk about what stickers I use and what shops that they're from, I'm just going to link everything down below. And this voiceover is just going to be a story time video about how my trip to Sydney was. So I caught a flight on the 3rd of July, which was a 10 flight to Sydney, and I got in at about 11:45 and met up with Maja from Sticker Thief, and it was really great to see her. We decided we'd only met like 3 times before the Sydney planner market, which was crazy to think because we talk every day, and her fiance and my boyfriend are quite good mates. Because of our check-in times, we decided to go to IKEA for lunch and go around IKEA and explore and have a look at the different things that IKEA sells. I'd never actually been to an IKEA, so I thought this was great. I'm like, oh, it was really great. I really enjoyed seeing all the different like setups of the different rooms and how things were organised, and the stuffed animals were really cute. We had lunch there and I had the meatballs. It looked like poo, but it was really yummy. And then we got a Uber to where we were staying. I don't know Sydney very well, so I just kind of wanted a place that was near a train station and whatnot. But we were staying in Newtown, which was only a couple of stops to Circular Quay, and where we were staying in Newtown was literally a 2-minute walk to not only Lentil as Anything, but also to Holy Moly, which is a mini golf drinking thing. It was fantastic. I've only been to the one in Melbourne. We didn't end up going to the one in Sydney, but at least Maja and I and then our partners will be going to Newcastle next year for another friend's wedding. So we're hoping to go back to Sydney and go to the Blue Mountains again and things like that. The place that we were staying at was an Airbnb, and it was done so that each of the rooms were rented out as like an Airbnb kind of thing, so no one actually lived there. And that was a really smart idea. So we rocked up and grabbed the keys, and our key was for room number 2. So there was 4 rooms, each of the rooms had lock keys, and it was a double-story place, which was a bit annoying, and the toilet was downstairs, which was very frustrating. But other than that, like, perfect location. We went to the aquarium that afternoon, and that was really cool to just kind of chill and wander around the aquarium. And we then went out for dinner. We decided to go to the most highly rated restaurant in all of Sydney, which was this Thai place. And we walked past and we're like, oh yeah, you know, it looks pretty good, and there's a little gift shop associated with it. And since we didn't have a reservation, like, they took us downstairs, so it was huge. And I had this beautiful lamb massaman curry, and massaman's my favourite food from Thailand. Like, it's so yummy. And Maja had a pad thai, and we were blown away by how lovely it was. So definitely recommend going to this Thai place in Sydney. It was really yummy. And Maja asked me to be one of her bridesmaids, which I'm such a wuss. Like, I was tearing up when she asked me. Like, it was so beautiful that she asked me to be one of her bridesmaids. And we are hoping that her fiance decides to ask my boyfriend to be in the bridal party as well, which would be pretty sweet. We would be, you know, teamed up and whatever. My partner's quite shy, so I think it would be good for him too to be like partnered with me, because I kind of bring out the best in him. That sounds a bit up myself, but you know, whatever. So that was Wednesday, and then Thursday we went to the Blue Mountains. So we didn't wake up super early, but it was early-ish. Like, we left the house at around 8 and got on a train. We got off at Strathfield and had breakfast, which was from Bread Top, and had some bubble tea. I had this delicious chai bubble tea. Meloplans hates chai and hates bubble tea, so this would have been like her worst nightmare. It was so yummy. And then we hopped on the train to the Blue Mountains, which from Strathfield to Katoomba was about an hour and 40, but it went really quickly. So Maja from Sticker Thief showed me all of her gorgeous little designs in her sketchbook, because she hand draws everything. When we got to the Blue Mountains, we got on this scenic bus that is like a hop on hop off. So there's a bus going every half an hour. So we did the touristy thing where you go on the different rides and check out the area. So we got off there first, spent a couple of hours there. Throughout the day, my back was getting sorer and sorer and sorer. I don't know it's whether because I worked out the Wednesday in the morning, and I don't normally work out in the morning, or I don't know, it was just really sore. Like, my back was going into spasms. And this was the day that we're like, you know, walking up through the Blue Mountains and things like that. The scenery made up for it. It was so beautiful walking through it felt like rainforest because it was so wet. I'll insert some photos. We saw jack shit. Like, we got to the Three Sisters view and it was just mist. Like, it was just grey. And it was raining. It was like the worst day to go, but we still had such a fun day. And we went down the roller coaster and went across the cable car and had a grand old time exploring the Blue Mountains, and the Cascades were really nice. We only got to one of them because it was such a horrible day and we didn't really start super early. So we would definitely like to go back next time when we go in January. We had the best bus driver. He's telling us all these lovely stories about him meeting people, and these people had like fallen in love after like walking treks separately and all this stuff. It was just so... After his recommendation, we had some hot chocolate. The milk was on top of like a tea light candle, and then you had chocolate buttons, and so you'd put the chocolate buttons into the hot milk, stir it, and then drink it. And so you just had this endless supply of chocolate buttons and warm milk, and it would just be heated by this tea light, and it was so lovely. But we got back to Strathfield after the train back in, and we had this yummy pho in this place in Strathfield. It was really, really good. And then we caught the train back to where we were staying and had a fairly early night. We had decided that even though we had booked a bus to the Jenolan Caves the next day, because I was in so much pain and Maja was also pretty worse for wear, we were going to call up and see if we could get our tickets exchanged. And luckily enough, we were able to put it on hold, and hopefully we can use it when we go back in January. So that was really good. So what we decided to do then was have a bit of a lazier morning, and then we wanted to go to the Chinese Garden of Friendship, which was so beautiful. It was even better in rain. Like, it was just picturesque. I would definitely recommend going there just for like an afternoon. And we did like a guided tour, and the guy talked about like all the different plants and the history of the Chinese garden, and how it was a gift from the Chinese community in Sydney, and it used to be like a parking lot or something, and it was just beautiful. And you walked around and could see how the Chinese structure their gardens differently. So in Western gardens they're very symmetrical, whereas Chinese gardens are very asymmetrical. So when you were standing in like a, for lack of a better word, like the rotunda, the Chinese version of a rotunda, it would be like you were looking at a living painting, even though it was just like a window. It was just beautiful. So we spent the morning there, and then we decided to walk to Circular Quay and had lunch in like the shopping centre, and we had like gozem, which was like a folded over pizza. It was really, really yummy. Maja and I just shared it. It was big enough to share. And then we went to the zoo, which was really cool because they just had like Australian animals, which if you're from Australia, I guess it's not super cool, but I hadn't seen wombats or kangaroos or whatever in a while, so it was really cool. Then we went to Madame Tussauds, which was alright, but you know, we mainly bought the pass to go to the aquarium and go to the zoo. Oh, we probably had lentil as anything. We had lentil as anything 3 times when we were in Sydney, so it must have been Friday, Saturday and Sunday night. So yeah, we had an early night, I think. And then Saturday was the planner market. Oh, it was such a good day. So we woke up early and caught the bus, and then we were going to meet up with Meloplans, and it was only like a 5-minute walk from the train station from where she was coming from, but that 5 minutes turned into like 40 minutes. And so we were waiting around, we're like, where is she? Like, we were supposed to get like breakfast beforehand with her, and we're freaking out, like we're trying to figure out like how she's gotten lost or whatever. Google Maps just stuffed her up, but she eventually found it. And then we went upstairs to the Sydney Planner Market, and it was really crazy because one of the girls at the like serving you recognised me. So that's Sam from Sam Goes Plans. I should have recognised her because she has a very distinct accent, but I didn't, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know who this person is, and they know who I am. Like, oh, I feel so bad. But yeah, I'm glad that we were able to say hi. We pretty much spent like the whole day at the Sydney Planner Market. I'm sorry that I didn't get to catch up with Soraya from Soraya G Plans, a channel I discovered fairly recently and I'm really enjoying watching. She has a real unique way of planning, and I quite like watching her videos. And yeah, we went to Daiso and had some bubble tea, and then we came back and Tash from Super Minerva Stickers was like, go homeless! It was really funny. But yeah, spent way too much money there and just had a real good time. And then we said goodbye to Em and Mel, headed back to Newtown and went to Lentil as Anything, got some alcohol and got drunk, which was a real good bonding session for me and Maja as well. And then Sunday, had a bit of a lazy morning and took the train out to where Em from Wednesday Planning lives. Now she has a pet pig. Piggy! it was great. The pig was like besotted with me, like she just wouldn't leave me alone, and the pig was just beautiful. Makes me want one, but we already have 2 dogs. Em and her family took us out for lunch, and oh my god, they were so generous. So not only did they pay for us, so myself and Maya's lunch, but they shouted us 3 cocktail jugs each. Like, we were blown away by their generosity. It was just lovely. So we got drunk. And then Mel arrived a bit later. She was just knackered from the day before. And then we went back to Em's place, played with the pig a little bit more and chatted. And then Maya and I had to head back to our place, have an early night because we had to pack for our early flight the next day. Monday, I was supposed to get an 8:05 flight home, but I got a message in the morning from Virgin being like, oh, your plane's been delayed 2 hours because of fog in Albury, so that was great. At least I got to walk around the Sydney airport, and you know, there's quite a few things to do in the Sydney airport, so that wasn't too bad. And then got back into Albury at, would have been like 12, and oh, I was so annoyed at Dylan. He hadn't like put away his laundry or done anything, and I was a bit. We joke around and say that I'm mum because of the puppies, like I'm the mum of the dogs, and mum was mad. And also I was getting my period, so this whole Ravenclaw week I've been so annoyed. But now it's going into Hufflepuff next week, so well, the week that you're seeing, so hopefully I can be in a good mood. Yeah, we went grocery shopping and had lunch together and got a few things in order and whatnot, and then I've just been working. So yeah, a bit of a different kind of voiceover, and normally I have the speed on like 550, but because I'm talking a bit, it's probably going to be a little bit slower because I felt really chatty. Alrighty guys, this is the final spread. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I don't think it's too much yellow all at once or gold or whatever. I think that the brown tones and the blacks and the other colours really kind of bring it together. I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is what's left of the kit, so most of the full boxes. Didn't use any of my build dues or anything like that. I've used some of the checklists. I used some glitter headers. I hope I did you proud, Mel. And I only used some of the washi, so I could use this in my Hobonichi if I wanted to. And I love how Stella Beau has lots of functional items. And I tried to use the flags as much as I could with this week, and I think it turned out quite well. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this Hufflepuff plan with me. I really enjoyed doing it, and you probably noticed I changed jumpers. I filmed it over a couple of days just because life got in the way and such, but it's been really enjoyable. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I'm over 160 subscribers, so I'm really chuffed. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Catch ya!